Hey, what's up? I'm Ga. We're back in Outerplane. I got something big to share with you guys today. So, some people in my guild have been working on something big. The whole idea was kind of pioneered or piloted by Vsound, aka Roman. So, huge shout outs to him and everyone that helped him. It's a damage calculator for the game. So, I'm going to show it to you guys in just a sec. The link for it is going to be in the description. I'm going to run you guys through on how to use it. I'm going to show it in some practical applications, as well as kind of discuss some, potential use cases for this and why this is a huge thing for the community. So first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at the damage calculator. So the blue cells are things that you edit. The yellow cells are the final result value, and the gray cells are used for calculation. You don't put anything in there. So we're gonna calc Noah. I've already got the values input here. So we got Noah. She is at 6 stars. She is fully upgraded, as you can see. We will test against Glissies here. So we got our Noah set up right here. These are her stats. We have those input into the calculator. For gear stats, you use the yellow value, which is going to be this number right here for the attack. And then for everything else, you kind of input it as is, convert your percents to numbers by dividing by 100. So she's got a 2.8 crit damage modifier and 0.36 penetration modifier. We are going to be testing with the Surefire Javelin. We have Glissy's HP input here, and then we just need to input Glissy's defense into the calculator so we can see the damage that we're going to get. So 3580, so we go ahead and take that and we put that in here, down here. So 3580, that is correct, right? 3,580, 3,580. All right, so with a crit, with no crit, we should be doing roughly 3,411 damage, and with a crit, we should be doing 8,196. So let's go ahead and put this into practice. On our skill 1, we're going to take a look. See, auto battle should be off. We should be fast enough to get the first strike. So let's see here. Crit 8,937. So those pretty close. I probably input something incorrectly into the calc. Let's see here. Yeah, so I probably messed up on the calculator a little bit, but you guys can see kind of how things work. Against, bosses, there's a lot of things to consider putting in here. There's a lot of values that kind of go off of, different things in the game. Like, this is something that you kind of have to really take a deep dive into. But it's got like all the characters. You can input all of their gear stats. Some of these characters are going to have some hidden values, like Francesca. One of these is going to open up here. So right here you see enemy bleeding, yes or no, and then that will further adjust her damage values. Ame should have one for whether or not you're fighting a boss here. There are a couple of characters that are glitched or bugged in the calc, but they're being worked on. Apparently Pesketh is an absolute pain to do damage calc for. So yeah. Right, and then you can adjust for different weapons and weapon values. Basically, just make sure you input all of the values that you can find in the game, put them in here, and then this calculator is pretty accurate. So let's take a look at the dev notes real quick. So let's see, yep, Vsound on Discord, shout outs to him. Let's see, so there's going to be a discrepancy or variance of plus or minus 200 damage. The more modifiers you use, the higher the variance, of course, but it is incredibly close. I mean, you saw just with the calc that I did, Noah was estimated to be doing around 8,000 damage or so with her skill 1, and that's what happened on the first strike. So, still pretty accurate. There's some notes here for some of the characters. Beth, her damage for her skill 2 is bugged, probably get slightly higher damage regardless of bonus. Alpha's skill 1 applies reduced defense before calculating. And then, yeah, you guys can check this out. Like I said, link for this is going to be in the description. Make sure you read the notes. I'm going to run you guys a little bit more in depth for this here. So, pick your character. Pick their upgrades. If they're not fully upgraded, like for example, my Drakon. Let me see if I can find her real quick. She is somewhere around here. There she is. So my Drakon is only 3-star, but we can adjust for that, right? So current star is 3, and that will change all the calcs. So, and then there's other damage and attack modifiers. You have things for Eliza's exclusive equipment, Maxwell's exclusive equipment, proportional to targets, enemy HP, marked, you know, all this kind of stuff. So it will take a little bit to learn to use, but once you learn this calc, it's pretty simple. And then you can also calc for buffs here. Right? And then for the buffs, I believe you just need to put those into gear stats. I could be wrong about that. I'm sure Roman will have plenty of comments to say, kind of clearing some things up that I might have misspoke on or not covered enough. So, what are some potential uses for this? Well, one thing would be for team building and character building. I don't know if you guys caught that, but Roman just pinged me. He can see all of the inputs that I'm doing in this calc right here, and he found something that he needed to fix. So like he's still working on this. So that's awesome. I'm gonna let him know that I'm recording right now. Alright, Roman, you made it into the video. You know, if you have more in-depth things to say, please comment. I'm sure people will read it. I'll pin it and everything, because we want to get this out to the community, get everyone messing around with this. Because like I said, this is going to be a huge tool for team building, for calculating damage in the future. This even has applications for PvP. Now, in PvP, you can't really see your opponent's stats per se, but you can estimate, right? So if you can, you know, look at a character and you can assume that if they are max investment, what their stats are going to look like, and then you can calculate the damage in PvP. Very similar applications to, you know, like competitive Pokemon, where you'll be sitting online like, oh hey, is this move going to KO? Let me run a damage calc real quick, and then you can make your decisions based on what is going to take knockouts, what is going to be optimal moves. You can use this for future bosses when you're like let's say you're stuck on a certain content like I don't know, like Glissies or something. So when you're putting your team together, you can start building your team, and like you can look at the calc and decide whether or not you're going to need someone like Noah, whether or not you're going to need someone like Ame, whether or not you're going to need penetration, more skill damage, more attack, or crit damage, I'm sorry. You can look at things and say, well, okay, I have enough damage for this scenario, so now I'm going to need more speed. It kind of is going to help you min-max your stats, it's going to min-max your teams, so that you can start to run things a little bit more optimally. You can look at the damage calc and be like, okay, I'm doing way more damage than I need to, so I can adjust my gear and refocus on other stats, right? So if I was looking at my skills here, I'm like, okay, I have these, like this skill damage, this attack, this crit. Let me run that through the damage calculator. Okay, I'm doing way more damage than I need to in like PvP, so I can readjust my gear. I can look for some more speed and maybe some more accuracy, and still get the KO on everything that I need to get that KO on. So like this is absolutely huge, and like I'm sure Roman is going to be working on this. It's his passion project. Like I said, even as I was recording this video, he saw me messing around in the damage calculator, fixed some things. But yeah, this is big, you guys. Definitely check this out, mess around with it, and let me know what you guys think. Once again, shout outs to Vsound and everyone that helped him on this. I want to thank you guys a bunch. This is huge for the community, and go check it out, mess around with it, and let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.